Hello student, I am Mr. Umesh Gatade, subject teacher from Municipal Temlawadi Vidyalay, Temlawadi, Kolhapur. Today we are going to learn subject science and discuss about nutrition in living organisms. Hello student, in previous part 1 we have studied foodstuffs, nutrients, its types, then nutrition, its definition, need of nutrition and types of nutrition, then photosynthesis in plants. Next point given here is transport system in plants. We have to study transport system in plants. For that, firstly given one activity to do. For that activity, we need pumpkin stem. You know that pumpkin stem is a creeper plant and conical flask or glass, ink, cutter, etc. Okay. Now that type of creeper plant pumpkin. Take that pumpkin plant's stem with 2 to 3 leaves. Firstly, how to do that activity? See, firstly take conical flask or glass, fill that glass or conical flask more than half with water, add 7 to 8 drops of ink. Ink indicate ink indicates us. It is as a we use ink as an indicator. Then cut the pumpkin stem with 2 to 3 leaves. It is most important. Under the water and put that stem in that conical flask or glass vertically and observe. If we observe in this activity, what we will see, the water level in that glass and or conical flask becomes lower. Where does water goes? If we observe carefully, we can see that water is transported towards the pumpkin leaves from stem, that is go upward side towards the leaves. Okay, then how it is work? Let's see. Transport system of plants. In every plant there is a transport system. In that system there is 2 types of tissues, xylem and phloem. Okay, xylem tissues transport mineral and water from the root to all aerial parts of the plant. We know that root absorbs minerals and waters, and that minerals and waters are transported towards the leaves by that xylem tissues. Okay, next tissue type is phloem. That phloem tissues transport food, that is glucose, made in leaves from that leaves to other parts of plants. Where that food is either consumed or stored, it depends on that plant type. Okay, though transport systems have in every plant transport system have, they do not have separate digestive or excretory system. In human beings or animals, we know that In our body, there is a digestive system. Whatever we eat in a every day, that is digested, and undigested foods are throughout our body by the excretory system. Excretory system. That both systems are present in our all human beings and animals, but plants don't have that system. See, once again, transport system in a plant in an other diagram. Roots absorb water and minerals, and that is transported towards the all towards the all leaves. In leaves, glucose made by photosynthesis, and that is transported towards the all parts of plant. Okay. Now see, by the process of photosynthesis, plant produce their food. That is, they produce carbohydrates and proteins. See, carbohydrates are made from carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. We know that how the plants get our how the plants absorb carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. See, proteins are made from carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Here one new atom is seen, that is nitrogen. Okay. How do the plant obtain the nitrogen necessary for synthesis of proteins? See, in air gases nitrogen is present, and it is in a large quantity. 78% nitrogen we see in all around of us in the air. However, plants cannot utilize gaseous nitrogen. Plants cannot get or absorb directly that nitrogen from the air. It needs to be fixed, that is converted into compounds. If that nitrogen is converted into compounds, then that compound nitrogen is used by trees, plants. For that, fixation of nitrogen is important. And how the nitrogen is fixed, that is converted into compound. It is converted by the two methods. One is biological method and second is atmospheric method. First method of fixation of nitrogen is biological fixation of nitrogen. In Marathi, nitrogenचे जैविक स्थिरीकरण. Here, two different types of microorganisms can bring about biological nitrogen fixation. Which are they? One is rhizobium microorganism and second is azotobacter microorganism. Okay. Rhizobium microorganisms are present in the root nodules of leguminous plant. Leguminous plant means plants like groundnut, pulses plant. In that plant's root nodules, there is present rhizobium microorganism. Okay, these microorganisms absorb atmospheric nitrogen. They absorb nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert it into its nitrate compound. Okay, and second type of microorganisms like azotobacter, which are present in soil. They convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates. By these two process, biological nitrogen fixation happens. See the pictures. Their plants is called leguminous plants. Second method of fixation of nitrogen, that is atmospheric fixation of nitrogen. In Marathi, नायट्रोजनचे वातावरणीय स्थिरीकरण. Okay, what happens in this process? Lightning occurs in the rainy season. We know in the beginning of the rainy season also we see lightning thunderbolts occur. This causes atmospheric nitrogen and oxygen to react. At that time, what happens? Nitrogen and oxygen get reacted with each other and produce nitric oxide. That nitric oxide again react with oxygen to produce nitrogen dioxide. Understand? These processes happen, and that nitrogen dioxide dissolves again in rainwater. After lightning, thunderbolts, rain falls, at that time that nitrogen dioxide dissolves in rainwater and is converted into nitric acid, that is HNO3. This is the molecular formula of nitric acid. Okay, which gets added to the soil along with the rainwater. That rainwater falls on the ground and that rainwater added to the soil, and plants use this nitrogen for their growth, and this compound nitrogen is used by plants. See, next point is symbiotic nutrition. See, in some cases, two or more than two different types of plants live together to fulfill their needs of nutrition, protection, support. Two or more than two types of different types of plants live together to fulfill their need of nutrition, portion, protection, संरक्षण, and support, आधार. For that, they live together. You know, we also live with our family. We need need each other and fulfill each other's need. That way, also plants live together. That is called a symbiotic, and this type of nutrition is called symbiotic nutrition. Okay, see examples. So, examples of symbiotic nutrition. You know fungi. Fungi means in Marathi burshi. Fungi cannot produce their own food, so they depend for the nutrition on other plants. First type, some fungi go around the root of some other plants. Fungi grow on the roots of other plants. There, that plant supply nutrients to the fungi, and fungi in return fungi supply mineral and water to that plant. Okay, this is the first type. And in second, fungi and algae live together. Fungi burshi, algae shaiwal. You know, algae produce their own food. They are green, and they also produce their own food by the photosynthesis process. Here what happen? Here fungi provides water, mineral as well as shelter to the algae. Like above example, here also fungi provides water, mineral and as well as shelter, nivara, to the algae, and in return algae provide food to the fungi. They both help each other. Understand? An example of this symbiotic nutrition is lichen. We call in Marathi dagad ful. Is an example of symbiosis between algae and fungi. See some examples of symbiotic nutrition in these pictures. Now answer this question based on this part. Thank you for watching. Stay home, stay safe.